8 minutes to 7. When musicians normally hit the road, it's usually on a tour bus, not on a 1970s British Rail locomotive. But if there's anyone who's going to break the mould, it's Damon Albarn of Blur, of course, because he did create a virtual hip-hop group once too.
Yeah, he's gathered 80 of the biggest names in African and Western music together. And they're touring the UK, making music as they go. Our entertainment correspondent Colin Patterson was invited on board the train to find out why.
Waiting for a train has seldom been more enjoyable. The 1357 from Leeds to Middlesbrough is the Africa Express. Damon Albarn's collective are touring the UK by rail as part of the closing of the 2012 Cultural Olympiad.
Come on, have you looked in this train? It's a rehearsal train
and one Damon is still getting to know.
Well, anyway, we're just speeding through the countryside playing music.
We can't get in.
Brilliant.
A couple of locked doors later.
Yeah, follow me.
Thank you. Oh, there's Romeo from the Magic Numbers.
They're lovely old rolling stock, wood. This is the main rehearsal room. We saw a lot of action yesterday. It's very inspiring because, I mean, you know, the Yorkshire Dales will be going through those and in a minute and playing African sort of rhythms. It's a nice juxtaposition.
And that's the idea. When they pull into stations before the night's main show, the collective splits up for impromptu gigs, such as this one, earlier that morning at the Trades Club in Hebden Bridge. It's 11:30 on a weekday morning, and Africa has come to Yorkshire. Back at Leeds Station, the Rizzle Kicks are settling in.
Damon asked us to kind of, if we wanted to hop on board. It was initially metaphorical, but now it's actually literal.
And it's a busy train. How many people are on here then?
I don't know. How many people are on there now? 80 musicians plus about 20 crew. And a driver, obviously. I hope.
And here he is.
How different is this to the usual 157 from Leeds?
Well, I don't normally drive the 157 from Leeds. I'm actually based in Suffolk, so I tend to drive all different things. But it's good to drive it.
It's a bit unusual. This describe it.
It's unusual. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go, I think.
And indeed he does, because there's a £300 per minute fine if the Africa Express sets off late.
The train now departing from Middlesbrough to Middlesbrough. Thank you, all aboard.
No surprise who's on the Vuvuzela. And off it goes. As if Damon wasn't enjoying himself enough already, there's more good news. Russ the driver has promised him a go on the train's big horn. Colin Patterson, BBC News, Platform 12B, Leeds Station.
I like the fact the driver's entering into the spirit of it. Brilliant.
That's one way to go to work too, isn't it?
Exactly. If it could just arrive at Manchester Piccadilly this morning and head back to London, it'll make the trip really brilliant.
I'm not sure it will, but it is coming to Manchester today and then heads to Cardiff and Bristol and ends up in London on Saturday, so it'll take you a rather long time to get home.
That's quite a meandering route home, isn't it? 5 to 7 coming up on